You have one?
No. Do it.
It was pressure.
Is it everybody answers it or?
I
I've never
mean,
done one of these, so I don't know.
I think I'd be lying if I said any other video other than Rose Colored Boy. I'd be trying to say something to get some woos in the crowd. Like, everyone, like, I like that everything, exactly. Everything that we say, I feel like someone has like, I guess no one else did a woo, so I'm gonna do one. It's good. So yeah, same.
Yeah. That was fun.
I mean, I guess you could keep walking through New York.
We could go
But that would
to
be
other
pretty
places.
boring.
Yeah, we could maybe
Find a different neighborhood.
go to Jersey. Just
Yeah. Get a sub. Jersey Mike's sub.
take the subway.
Get a
Get
really
a bagel. Get a bagel at that place by the studio.
Yeah.
We shot an album. We recorded an album in Jersey.
Shot an album called Riot in
So-
New Jersey. It's on film.
So yeah, we could go back to there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we got it.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Hi. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Morgan. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. So my question for you guys is, what were your AIM Instant Messenger screen names when you were younger?
Damn it.
Now
Taylor made mine. It was THA, Zack Attack.
It was.
The Zack Attack.
He said, yeah, that's a great idea.
Well, I didn't know what I was signing up for. I was like, sure, let's do it. What is it?
We spend so much time around your computer at your house just talking.
I mainly just sat behind you. We just sat behind people talking to other people.
Yeah. We just watched Josh talk to people.
We did watch because I literally only talked to you guys and waited for Josh to talk to me on Instant Messenger, which didn't happen, but you guys talked to me. That's why
A
we're
couple
not
of
fans.
trolls sitting around a black computer is so weird when you think about it.
Those were dark days. I had a bunch of them, but I don't remember what my first one was. Do you guys remember my first one? I think it was Happy Clappy 321. Sounds about right. But then I
Everybody's
changed.
gonna change their Instagram names to that now.
Yeah, and then I started listening to all these different bands and changed my username all the time to lyrics and stuff. But Happy Clappy was my true purest self.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like I always would change mine because
You always have my favorite one.
I always had insane ones. Maybe my worst one. I thought about it when Taylor from Local Natives, he was playing in SG, and I took me back because Josh had a Les Paul, and I was like, well, I guess I can't get that now. So I was like, I'm gonna get an SG, and I became obsessed with him, and I was like, okay, I want people to know that I like music, and I like SG, so I went with Flippin' SG.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is sick.
That was so real.
I like, this is funny and cool.
It was.
It wasn't
It's cooler
either.
now.
Taylor would sign on and be like, door would open, and 5 seconds later, he'd be like, hey, what are you listening to? And I'd say what I was listening to, what are you listening to? And he'd say something, cool. And then hours would go by, and no one would
And
say
then I
anything.
just hear,
That was what was so funny. When you would get on, just remember this now, you would get on, and we had so many names at this point that I'd be like, no, I didn't want that name. So I'd close out, and then open another one, close out, and I'd be like, and then found my one, that I really wanted to be. You remember that? I would see you guys sign on. Oh, nope, not that one. Oh, yep, whoops.
Yeah, because Happy Clappy just became straight up embarrassing. I was like, I can't be on this. I can't sign
Immediately
into this one.
removed.
Yeah. Oh man, thanks for that trip down memory lane. Hey, do
That
you
was
have
great.
one?
Mine was I Love Ricky Martin Girl.
you just won.
Straight to the point.
You won.
Own it. It's
Don't
all right.
hide what you love.
Oh my god.
It's actually still the email that I used today. and I'm
Stop.
I'm gonna email
you
it.
won.
Is it at AOL?
Yeah.
We're
No,
all gonna
it's
email
not.
you.
Well, it's ILRM girl. Not that anyone needs to know, but
Now everybody knows
I'm
you.
so proud of
That's
you.
incredible.
I remember when the dial-up was going, and Taylor and I would be like, man, who are we gonna talk to? We had to wait for internet. You know what I mean? We like had conversations while the internet was trying to work.
The away message was so passive aggressive too. It was like you're just like leaving like a song lyric that you're like, ooh, they're gonna see this.
You were one of the only people that actually did cool song lyrics.
Oh, I did cool song lyrics because I wanted you all to know how cool I was.
It was cool.
How stupid is it? Like leave a lyric.
Fading away into the black
Where are
sky
you?
while you follow me lying in the coffin.
Those are really cool lyrics.
Hey,
Those are
this
cool.
is like something cool.
Mine were always like BRB pooping.
Good question.
Thank you so much.
Hey, what's your name? Where you from?
Hey, my name is Shay. I'm from Washington, D.C.
Nice.
If you ever want to tour our monuments, museums, or march with the women, please stay with me and my fiance, Michelle.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Wow, that's so cool.
Super cool.
No thanks.
Stop
I'm
that.
just kidding.
Don't.
I would love to. I would love to. I want to go on a women's march. I don't know about the monuments. I don't really care about that.
We've got some other cool marches too.
Cool.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, my question is a tour question. So do you have any habits, traditions, superstitions that you can't help but do while on tour?
Let's see. Which ones do we say and which ones do we not? Well, okay, first of all, like we've probably, I don't know if we've said this before, and this isn't to prove a point or anything, but we've literally we always pray before the show. We huddle together, all 7 of us, and sometimes people like that are in the room with us, and we just sort of pray that, you know, whatever needs to happen happens, and people get what they need from the show, and that we get what we need from the show. It's, I don't know, we've never not done it. Are you okay?
Yeah, the boat's rocking.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that's one thing that we've always done. But one thing that I like, and this isn't necessarily a tradition, but I'll say it because a lot has changed in the last year on the road, and the way that we live on the road feels so differently, and it still gets lonely, and you still miss home a lot and all that. But even with that, I feel like a lot of our crew's been with us for, you know, a decade, some of them, and some of them are new, but it feels like, but it's such a family. And we just hang out and we talk and we live life together. And even when we're back home in Nashville, a lot of our family lives there too, and we hang there. And it makes touring the world so much more special because you have, again, back to like the mirror, we all can mirror each other and talk to one another about like real stuff. Because man, sometimes the show is hard. I mean, you guys actually help make the show so cool because there are days that we're just tired or you know, you might miss your house or something. But I think something that isn't necessarily a tradition, but it's become part of our ethos is just to have family close and have community with the people that we're around. It makes touring the best.
I don't have a lot of like traditions or like, we've been asked questions that are similar to this, and I think that we just like panic because we're like so boring. We are so boring on the road. So the only thing that's consistent is eating and sleeping and
Vegan.
and Zach being funny.
You said superstitious, and I started laughing because have you seen The Office? And he goes, "I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious." So on tour, I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you for the invite, by the way.
Great question. Hi,
There
what's your
she
name?
is.
Yes.
Oh, they know you. What's your name? Where you from?
Eurydice from Austin, Texas.
Yeah, girl. And by the way, I don't know if I even knew where you're from because you are everywhere.
Yes.
Every show, all the time. It's great.
I always smile when I see you. You make me smile.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I like to laugh too. Can you laugh again? Just kidding. That's so hard. That's so hard to like. So different than like smile again. Hey, laugh again. Okay.
Okay, so we all know that y'all put on great concerts, but what was one of y'all's favorite concerts you've attended, and what made it so memorable for you?
In life or like this year?
In life.
Okay. Wow.
Well, there's a lot of them, but I'll say this one because it kind of circles back around to this cruise. But a few years ago, me and my brother and sister-in-law went and and saw local natives at the Ryman in Nashville, and yeah, seeing them last night, it brought me back. But it was one of the most, because it was not about production or this big show. It was like just these people that are so sickly talented, and I left so inspired. Like, I'm so grateful they're here, but I wasn't crying. That just something happened. But yeah, that's up there.
It was insane. I was mad that I never saw them before last night. It was so good.
You're so good.
I feel like I've seen some really cool shows. I feel super lucky. Even when we play festivals, we get to see, like, you know, last year we saw Phoenix in Mexico, and it was so, I felt just like I was in another dimension. It was beautiful. But growing up, I saw some cool shows, but I will say that nothing tops last year when we took a road trip to see Radiohead in Atlanta. It changed my whole life. It changed the way that I want to be a singer. It changed the way that I want to perform. And, you know, I don't think there's anyone that might ever touch how cool Radiohead are, but I listened to them so much as a teenager, and then I just stopped for a while. And I had to, like, tell the guys, like, man, I'm sorry. I just fell off. And I'm so thankful we went to this show, because I still think about it like it was yesterday. It was like seeing, the way that I describe it is, it was like seeing a secret. And they were up on this stage doing something that was so special to them, and so, like, the music was so intentional, and yet wild at the same time. And what they do, they can only really do. And I felt like I was watching such an intimate moment, and I felt so excited and blessed to witness it, you know? And I've never felt like that at a show. I love to be entertained, sure, and I love seeing talent, but it was just like, I mean, I can't wait to see them again. It was the best, and it was so fun to be with them and all of our friends. It was really special.
I was gonna say Radiohead, but not that show, even though I did go to that show. I was gonna say another one.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't love that, but I wasn't sitting with you. So I gotta think about something else. I think my favorite show I've ever seen in my life, well, it's kind of hard because it's not like my favorite band or anything, but there is this reggae band from Nashville called Island Vibes. It's a restaurant, actually. They're just the backing band. And they played at my friend's farm. And I know this sounds funny because most of the things that come out of my mouth don't sound real, but I lost myself in, like, having fun. And when I look at you guys when we play and you just, like, look like you don't care about anything else going on besides being there, I felt like that. And that's hard to feel like that when you perform all the time. And so I connected to how you guys feel, I think, a little bit. And it was, yeah, cheer, please. And then it was just really, really, really carefree. And I want my life to be more like that.
You got on stage with them and you started playing with them, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't really know what happened.
He was into it, and then
Music
he just
took me away.
was on stage playing.
I helped them set up, and they said, yeah, man, to me. And I felt like accepted, you know? I was like, yes, sir. But what? Yeah, man. What? It was sick. Island Vibes, check them out. I don't think that's their band name, but that's the restaurant in Nashville.
Let's all go.
I've never even been to that restaurant.
We're gonna go when we get home.
Yeah, Mom.
Okay.
Good question.
Thank you. See you soon.
Hey, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hello.
I'm Elsa from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
My voice is gone.
It's okay.
So this question goes out to Zach. How did you feel before you hit the stage for the first time again as Paramore?
I'm Parahoy or as Paramore?
As Paramore.
Oh, okay. Still don't know if you said Parahoy or Paramore.
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 Okay,
Our
I'm so
first show
sorry.
back
I just
together.
have to be. I'd have to know what I'm answering. Oh, we were in the backstage at the Exit Inn, and in Nashville, vegan Nashville, and I had a dream when I left the band. Taylor called me. I was like, dude, our drummer can't make it. You have to come play the show right now. And I was like, I can't. but I was backstage with an iPod in my ear, like, and then you fast forward to the exit in, and I looked at my phone, and I was looking at, just making sure I remembered everything, and that dream came true. Only the dream was really, really stressful. The show was like, it was really remarkable. So I felt scared, but kind of like, oh yeah, I know how to do this, kind of thing. Sorry if that answer's really bad.
No, it's not. It's truth.
Yeah, great answer.
And then I found $20 after the show. So
You danced a lot. We danced a lot before that show.
oh yeah,
It was actually probably my favorite show that's ever happened.
it was cool.
It was cool.
It just felt right. It didn't wait. Did we lose another band member?
You probably need to go pee. He does that when we do Q&As. You look over and he's like, he's gone, but you just know that he's peeing.
We didn't tell you we're shooting Fake Happy Part 2, so yeah.
Good question.
Are you
I'm gonna get the cameras. Yeah, I'm gonna get the cameras.
It's just me now.
Alright, see ya.
I have to get comfortable with this. Hey, thank you
fun.
so much.
You said you're taking steps to being like on your own a little bit. I'm just gonna let you try it out. I'll just step off.
No, I hate it. I hate it already. I really loathe it. Look at his shorts. Look at your little shorts and your Victoria's Secret legs.
Don't point me out. Don't point me out. This is your moment.
It's
Everybody
not
give it up for
my
Haley
moment,
on her own. So we have to wait for the next question before Taylor gets back?
buddy. It's okay. He'll come back.
No, we can go. We can go.
Guys pee fast. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Not me.
Jealous.
Sometimes it stings.
Zach.
What?
Hi, your shirt is cool.
Thank you, I did it myself.
You did?
Yes.
We should have made those kinds of. You guys make way cooler merch than we make. I'm just putting it out there.
Can you make about 400 of those
I don't know.
right now?
No, not right now because I have a question to ask.
Okay, go
That is
ahead.
really cool.
What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Leticia. I'm from São Paulo, Brasil.
Oh wow.
So my question for you guys is what is the process of putting together a set list for a show?
Oh.
It's a long process, full of anxiety. Well, Zach, we were putting together these set lists, and Taylor, so all of us kind of have roles, and Taylor's role is usually like musical director, and he's kind of like helping make sure everyone has their part.
Taylor York, everybody!
Taylor's here!
Speaking of the devil.
So that's kind of like what happens before we get to rehearsal. Everyone's sort of learning, maybe like new songs that we might be playing or whatever. And then we get there and, for instance, this time, Zach and I sat down with a sheet of paper, and he's so much better at just throwing songs down and not overthinking it. So that's usually the first step, and then I'll go through and I'll like really overthink it and be like, but what story are we telling with this set list? Like trying to like make sure it has, I don't know, I just overthink it. But it's a long process because we have 5 albums, so it's like you want to make sure. Well, we want to be selfish sometimes, and we just want to play everything new, and then also we want to honor the whole journey. And when we're here, we just have to do that with you because it's so much fun to reminisce and be nostalgic about where we came from all together. So this one was particularly challenging because there was 2 sets, and the process was longer because it's like we want to make sure that we include something for everybody and still put on a dance party at the end of the night,
The question was how we put a set list together.
Yes.
I just saw the smallest toilet that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Just now?
Yeah.
Can you give
Did
us
you
the
make it?
size of it?
It was like real. It was a real toilet. This tall.
No. It's my size.
Yeah, it was insane. Anyway,
Is everything all good?
all good.
Everything's all good. Okay.
Have you guys ever seen a toilet that small? So that's normal?
It sounds like a nightmare. / it sounds comforting for my short legs. Okay.
That's how we do it.
That's okay.
Yeah, we have songs, put them on a sheet, play them. And then that's how I see it. and that doesn't work, and then Haley's like, no.
It does work. It actually helps so much. The first 2 sets that we wrote were Zach like jotting down everything, and pretty much all but like a few stayed the same. It's just I get so, I don't know, I overthink everything, but it works out in the end.
Yeah.
It works out.
Great question.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
Only a couple more.
Hey.
Hey, what's your name?
My name is Courtney. People still call me Corn, and I'm from Long Island, New York.
Yeah.
Were you singing the other night?
I was.
She definitely was.
Tambourine
Killed it.
girl. Yeah, they got my tambourine over there.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's our tambourine.
That was a highlight.
We better
No,
hide
it's my
that.
friend's. Please don't take it. I have to return that.
Oh.
Oh, gotcha.
She's renting it.
All
I
right.
just think every tambourine's ours. Hey, that's mine.
All right. So you were all in your early teens when All We Know Is Falling was released. What would early teenage you think if they were able to listen to After Laughter, and do you think you would have liked it?
Oh, that's a really tough question to answer. The part of me that listened to music that was written in the 80s, I think would have liked it, but I think at the time we were so concerned with being heavy and being cool, like being cool to the other bands that we liked, and we were young. We'd never written like an album before too, so this was like our first try, and we were we loved the idea of getting on stage and playing loud, you know, and heavy music. And in fact, I think we were a lot heavier before we wrote All We Know Is Falling. Like, we liked Deftones, and you know, we in Taylor's basement we would play really, like Conspiracy was the first thing that we wrote, and that was kind of seemed like that was the direction, and then suddenly All We Know Is Falling happened. But I mean, I don't know that we would have liked it. I don't know if we would have been ready for it, you know? Maybe not. I'd like to think that we would, but
My older brothers would have shown it to me. I would have tried
yeah.
to like it, because they did, but I would have not liked it. It's weird.
I've still never heard it, so no comment.
I feel like what's cool about the last 2 records, when Taylor wrote the music for Still Into You, the first thing that I thought of was like Oingo Boingo and like a lot of new wave stuff, and then I wrote to it and was really scared of how poppy it sounded, because at first it didn't, to me the music was like, I don't know, I had different ideas. It was just very 80s to me. And I remember thinking like, wow, I can't believe this is us. Like, I would have never thought we could do this or pull this off, or I like would have never liked it. And I felt the same way, like every time I listened back to After Laughter, and when he did the vocoder parts for Hard Times, I remember thinking, holy cow, like this is our band. I would have never even dreamed I could love something this much. And I just think sometimes like you can't know who you're gonna be, because that might scare you. You just have to like grow into it, and then you realize how happy and good that is to be, you know, to have gone through all of it and then end up kind of, because we're not done, growing, you know, you keep growing, and I don't know, who knows what music might sound like, what we might look like, or you might look like, you know, like you have pink hair today, and maybe 10 years from now, like who know, you know, you never even know, and you might feel more like yourself then than you even feel right now. So that's what's like super hopeful to me about growing as an artist. We can always continue to grow and feel like we've arrived exactly where we're supposed to be at that time. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, great answer, Haley Williams. It's like looking at a photo of yourself 10 years ago. I don't really know who that person is anymore. There's like a little bit of me that I recognize. So if I saw a picture of me 10 years from now, I'd probably be like, why do I look like that? So I probably wouldn't get it, but I would accept it and be like, cool, that's what it is, all good. Again, sorry if I'm really bad at these answers. I don't know what to do in my life. I actually need to talk to somebody about it. I don't know what I'm kidding.
Can you be his therapist?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Great questions. All right. What's your name? Where are you from?
Melissa from Tampa, Florida.
Wow.
I have fans.
A couple people know you.
Yeah. So I was wondering, what, if anything, do you guys do to stay healthy on tour? And Haley, I was wondering how you maintain great vocal health, and if there are like any foods you can't eat or anything that negatively impacts that.
Well, if it's not vegan, I mean, count that out.
It's bad.
I like to play tennis and go on runs. That makes me feel better working out, even though the show's kind of a workout for me. But yeah. Next person.
I've never been good at it, and I'm still not good at it. And I actually started eating vegan. It's the closest I've got.
You're doing great at it. Just a little encouragement for you there. You're doing a great job. So vocally, I've felt really good this past year, and then I got really sick on the last tour, and I've been super frustrated because I got home and then all of a sudden there was like crazy pollen in the air, so I just feel like I've been sick for a month now. But typically, I think the most important thing that's changed my life is just writing songs that aren't, it doesn't have to be so angry. It doesn't mean that I can't express anger, but for a long time, the only way I knew how to express anything was to yell it and scream it. And I think that I'm actually so glad that Brand New Eyes happened, because I think I might have died if I didn't get some of that out the way that it came out. But you know, and obviously we were playing a lot heavier. Like you think about Careful, it's like so heavy, and I mean even Let the Flames Begin and how that kind of evolved on the road. It all kind of was influenced by this energy, and there was a lot of tension all the time. So not having that tension there, not being so stressed about the things that are going on interpersonally within the band has helped. I think just taking care of my mind has helped my voice more than anything I've ever done specifically for my vocal cords. Because man, I spent like years going to doctors, like scoping my throat and going up my nose with a tube and like taking tons of pills like for acid reflux or whatever, but nothing has helped as much as just taking care of my mind and being not stressed, and then writing these songs from a different place. So yeah, I haven't, other than just getting sick, like I guess I mean, I try to eat healthy and do workouts when I think about it, but the show is kind of, I mean, even though we're not like thrashing, the show's still a workout. It's crazy. Yes, mental health.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Where are you from?
My name's Steve. I'm from Cork in Ireland.
Hello.
Wow. Welcome.
Yeah, and can I just thank Luke and Alyssa back there from Six Man, basically keeping me alive in this heat for the last hour.
You okay? Do you need water?
No, I'm fine. They keep me in the shade. They're watering me. They're looking after me.
Feel like a
little
flower.
plant.
Yeah. That's it. So my question's for Zach. I love that you're directing films and making films, and that's what I do for a living. So I was wondering what film directors out there inspire you?
Oh, thank you everyone for asking me so many things and making me feel nice. I feel really embarrassed that there's a lot of attention on me. Sorry, that's not an answer. But it is really nice. I love you guys, and I love everyone here. Everybody's been really welcoming. This is my first one. I have the microphone to say that now. I love Wes Anderson because he, well, do you want to come up and answer it? I mean, you kind of sounded like you just did. Because he, you know, and his third movie, I love that sound. I wish I was recording it. Yeah, he stylistically, and his humor is comes across, even in his editing, you know, it's like the way he edits movies is even funny and has a quirk to it. But I also like Richard Linklater because he tells a story with like Dazed and Confused is like the last day of high school, you know, which my last day of high school was when I was 14. So I didn't really get I was actually that kid, you know how small that kid is? That's how small I was, only I was fat. I was as small as him in life, but not in size. So I like Richard Linklater, Wes Anderson, Will Smith. I don't know if he directs anything. I don't know. The Grinch was fun during Christmas. Happy birthday to you. I don't know what else to say besides happy
Those are
birthday.
good answers.
Good
Those
answer.
are great answers.
Great answer.
Yeah, thank you, man. I feel like I should just like
Those
take
are
him for a
good.
beer and talk to it because I
Don't be
can't.
self-conscious. Those are great answers you gave.
I feel the same way. I get really nervous.
Well, it's like when someone's like, "Hey, what have you been listening to lately?" And you've been listening to so much music, and you go,
Can't
"Nothing."
think of it.
What do you mean? I don't know.
What's your name? Where are you from?
Hey, my name's Brennan Nider. I'm from Yonkers, New York. I'm hoping Zach didn't answer this, but my question is, what was your first car?
Mine?
Oh, everybody. Everybody.
Mine? I bought my friend's mom's Lexus, like it looked like a bubble. And then I gave it to my brother as a wedding gift, and his wife crashed it and totaled it right away.
That sucks.
That's serious. He asked.
He did. Was it
The bubble car.
Yeah. My first car was a Mazda 626 named Miss Ann. It was my mom's car. I paid off the rest of it. There wasn't a lot left on
Is that
it.
with all the stickers?
Yeah. She, rest in peace, Miss Ann. I gave her to my sister. Well, first of all, my dad works on cars for a living. So he cut off the entire bumper, the back end, so I could keep all of it because I loved Miss Ann so much, and it had like Friends band stickers and stuff. What are you guys laughing at? Like, this is just
Taylor mounts them to me. It's
this
private.
is my life. This
It's
is my life in
private.
between these two all the time. But Outlaw. That's my dad, Outlaw. So yeah, so the Outlaw, he chopped off the back of my car, and for years I was like, I'm gonna mount it to my wall like a deer head because I love her so much. But instead what I did is I put it in storage, and then we fixed Miss Ann, and then I gave it to my sister Erica for her 16th birthday, and then she eventually died. She cost me so much money.
The car, not her sister.
Oh yeah, thank you. Wow, that was a great clarification. Wow,
She's dead now. Oh well.
Although I did think that my sister died on the last cruise because she got so drunk that she did almost. I think she was a goner for about 5 minutes.
It's easy to do when you drink alcohol.
It's true. Watch out there. But anyway, so Miss Ann had a good life. She lived with 3 different loving homes, and then she just passed peacefully in a garage one night, and then I don't know what I did after that. You know?
I don't like going after you because you give very long, good answers.
I'll let you go
And
first next time.
I'll follow it up with saying
I just talk too much.
I had a VW Jetta.
It's
smells
so
like crayons.
sensible. It's so
No
sensible
story.
that you had a Jetta. It's like a safe car. It's cool. It's like it's style. It's like it's just a you car.
Thanks.
It's you as a car.
I went on a drive. Are we done? I don't need to tell this next story.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, I got one more. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Carrie Marsteller from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Hi.
My question is, how have the fans changed throughout the years? What have you noticed changing at your concerts? Because most of us have grown up alongside you.
Do you have any after like being like
Yeah. What do you mean?
like when you were away and you came back? Did you have anything?
Yeah, I just felt like everybody grew up with us, you know. I was older, and so were you, and so was the music, and that's what happens when the clock keeps ticking, baby. You know. But it felt like the same energy was there, but it was I don't know. Everybody's naturally older after 10 years. This is what happens. It was only 5 that I was gone, but. That's all.
Yeah, I feel like these cruises to me are the most like tangible way to see that. And yeah, it's cool. Like you guys are just growing up with us, and I think for so long, I don't know why it felt like things. I think maybe because we also weren't changing a ton as a band, or it was smaller turns or whatever. And I think really since we started doing this cruise and like self-titled, I think it's just is so different every time, which is so cool for us because we're always changing. And just to see you guys growing and become more accepting and gracious and cool with us, and to see you guys loving each other, and like, yeah, I don't know, it's cool. We're just growing together, and that's the simplest way to put it.
Yeah, can I say something before you say something really long?
I'm not. That was a great answer. You're probably gonna give a great answer.
Well, I got on the elevator at the hotel before we came here, and this person said to me, "You ready?" And I was like, "Excuse me, what? Are you ready?" "What? For the boat?" "Yeah. Yeah, I am. What, have we met?" You know, it was like, we were just friends. It wasn't like, "Oh my God, Zach!" Which is okay, that's fine too, but it was like, I've met a couple of, I just call them friends now, but I guess fans or something at Urban Outfitters in England, and they were just normal. They weren't like, it just felt like you guys are friends instead of like, I want to hang out with each one of you, we don't have time. Some of us did at Silent Disco, that's not, but I don't like the separation between like a band. I'm just really not that cool. I was telling my friend Joel, I would love to be like Tom York or Julian Casablancas, or have this like mystique about it, but I'm just like so dumb. I'm such a dork, and I'm just okay with it. And hey, thank you, love you too. But it just feels like everybody is even that much more mature and more friendly, instead of like trying to rip your head off just to get a photo. And I appreciate you, thank you.
Good question. All right, I got one more. Just one more. I know I've had you.
Oh my God.
What's your name? Where are you from, sir?
Mark from Orlando.
It's our manager.
All right, we'll make this quick.
Look at that cookie grin.
You let him on stage.
Look at that grin. You guys have done so much for us. We want to do a little something for you guys. Hard Times just certified gold, and we have to do congratulations.
Is this a question?
It's just for you, Zach. Just for you. We have 10 more questions for you, Zach.
How dare you? We love you so much.
Congratulations.
You guys give it up for
Thank you,
Mark
guys.
and our whole team. It's so cool.
Wow, thank you guys. That's really cool.
No, thank you, Haley. Thank you, Taylor. And thank you, Zach. I'm happy you're having a great first cruise. Welcome aboard. Thank you all for spending time with us, hanging out.
I'm having a little bit too much fun.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Okay.
Keep going. Just keep going, man. You'll know when.
Yeah, I have to keep going.
Everybody, get in the picture. You're all in there. Get in there. One more, just one more. All right, everybody, here we go. Picture, picture, picture. Nice. Ladies, gentlemen, and furries, give it up once more for Paramore. If you see them around, say hey, and say hey to everybody else out here. More stuff coming, lots more stuff coming. Go get some.